All right. Welcome back to Trolls Toys. Figure reviews, toy hunts, unboxing and rankings, etc. What's up, YouTube? Trolls Toys back at you with this week's Toy Haul, episode 16. And just want to give a little disclaimer. Had a little bit of video issues with the initial recap of the 12-inch Joe pickups from the Toy Vault's Mega Warehouse sale. So you'll hear me reference that in this week's toy haul, but there will be no clip for it. If you did want to see anything about 12-inch Joes, we did a longer video that we put out on Sunday. So just please take a look at that. But otherwise, we'll get into this week's toy haul. All right, YouTube. Trolls Toys back at you with another week of this week's toy hauls. Trolls Treasures, episode 16. And while we were away on vacation last week, I forgot I'd won this auction on eBay. It was for Retro Card Baroness with a damaged hang tag, as you can see, and Retro Card Lady J. And I won the auction for $20.50 for both figures with free shipping. So it came in while I arrived last week, and I just forgot to include it in the vacation video. But Lady J's already gone because we traded her today, Friday, May 23rd, to That's Entertainment in Worcester. But we wanted to get this Baroness because I have Baroness on a card, but mine's not damaged, so we can open her and she can replace our Snake Eyes Origins movie Baroness in our display. So we'll probably do a comparison video between the movie version and this one, and I also have number 13, which is the Baroness with the coil cycle, and the red Baroness from the Strike Team. I don't know if I'll open that one yet or not, but we'll at least do this Baroness versus movie Baroness versus coil cycle Baroness. On Thursday, late Thursday, May 22nd, I'd already made the video, obviously, for episode 14, but we stopped by Five Below and found this patrol bike for $5, obviously, from Five Below. It says it's 1/20th scale. It looks kind of big. I'm hoping it'll fit one of my figures, and if it does, we'll probably do some modifications to it, like paint it a different color, unless we can maybe use it for one of the MPs from G.I. Joe or something, if they fit. But I hope they do. But I thought it's worth the $5 risk. All right. Friday, May 23rd, I went to Tilton and Cook Marketplace, which is a flea market in Leominster, Massachusetts. Been there a couple of times now, and found this Six Sigma, or Sigma 6, whichever way you say it, G.I. Joe from 2006. This is Paratrooper Duke. Says he comes with a parachute that expands out to over 2.5 feet. Box is a little beat up, but I'm leaving him in the box. I think he looks badass the way that he is. And we can add to our, we only have 2 of these Sigma 6s, or 6 Sigmas, whichever way you want to say it, that I found from the Yankee Flea Market in Palmer, Mass. a while back, loose for $4 and $5 each. One of those was a Duke and the other was Storm Shadow. Also from that same vendor at the flea market today in Leominster, we got Ultimate Edition Hulk Hogan. Not the biggest Hulk Hogan fan, but said I was going to go Ultimates, and so we got an Ultimate Hulk. And this is, when I think of Hulk Hogan, this is what I think of, right? Not NWO or anything of that nature. I think of yellow tights, Hulkamania shirt. So we were happy to add him. Also from that same vendor at the Tilton and Cook Marketplace in Leominster, we got a Legends Series 22 Hulk Hogan. Once again, I keep the Legends in the box. So even though they're elites, I don't really count them because they just go on my Legends wall. But as for ones I'm going to pose, I'm just going with the Ultimate Editions. So we picked up Series 22 Legends Hulk Hogan as well. And then rounding out our pickups from the flea market, I mean, I got a bunch of Blu-rays and DVDs, but you guys don't want to see all those. So we picked up Morlun from Marvel Legends for just because I think he's a badass looking figure, and he's got a Build-A-Piece for Armadillo, who we're also working on, because I told you I'm addicted to the Build-A-Figures. It says, from the darkness, the vampire Morlun hunts Spider-Man in an effort to slay the superhero and feed on his powers. So I don't know if Morlun's probably going to go in our random badasses display, or maybe our monsters display. Looks Dracula enough to me, right? Obviously that's what who he is, so, or what he is a vampire. So happy to add him as well, and got a great package deal on all 4 of those figures, so couldn't pass it up. All right, so also on May 23rd, went back to That's Entertainment in Worcester, did a trade, took a bunch of the FYE clearance figures we got from my FYE that's going out of business, as well as some of the pickups that you saw in last week's toy haul from the half off store, as well as a couple of wrestlers that we got on clearance from Targets and Walmarts. And then a couple of NECA figures that I got from blind boxes that I just don't have room in my display for anymore, because I'm dialing in on wrestling and G.I. Joe as my primaries, although I still dabble in other stuff. So we were able to get Series 13 Legends Jake the Snake Roberts for our Legends wall. Like, here's a dabble, right? Our next pickup from That's Entertainment was this Bandai Tamashii Nations Darth Maul movie realization figure from 2017. So high Darth Maul, like re-envisioned as a samurai, or what he would look like in real life, I suppose. So I couldn't pass it up. But still had the original price tag in it for when the guy bought it for like double that, right? It has been, the box is open, but the figure I don't think has ever been out, or everything is there. So you'll probably see this in a very unboxing coming up very shortly, because I'm excited to get this figure out of the box and play with it and see what all is there. Not familiar with this line, but didn't have a Darth Maul in my collection yet. Was looking for a badass one, and I don't think I can get more badass than this. All right, coming in next from That's Entertainment, from G.I. Joe Classified, this is Glinda from the Dragonfly. So we had picked up Crazy Legs from the Dragonfly team in a prior hunt at That's Entertainment way back when I first started. So now we have Glinda, because I don't have the Dragonfly, obviously, and don't want to pay $500 for it, in all honesty. So that means we just got to keep our eye out for Wild Bill and Ripcord, and we don't have any of the Cobra Hiss team yet either. They come with the Hiss tank, other than the separate set that you can purchase. But happy to add Glinda. I don't know why somebody traded her in, but they did. So now she's mine. Also coming in from That's Entertainment, somebody had traded in a bunch of their, I guess maybe their collection of 2007 or 25th anniversary Joes from 2007 or 2008. So we picked up quite a few, not all of them because I couldn't afford them all. But obviously we got Tracker, Spirit Iron Knife, right? So we have him in classified form. Now we have him in 3 3/4 form. Not the originals, right? But I like the way that these look on card. I'm going to keep all these on card. Some of the cards you'll see that I got are not perfect, but we got Spirit. We also picked up Canine Officer and Attack Dog, better known as Mutt and Junkyard, from 2008. We also picked up Marine, better known as Gung Ho, from the 2008 release of the 3 3/4 Joes. Going to the Cobra side now, from 2008, we picked up Mercenary, better known as Major Blood. And this card's a little bit damaged, right? So they did have these damaged card ones at a discounted price compared to the other ones I'm showing you. So still going to keep them on the card. Also from 2008, we picked up Cobra Leader, obviously better known as Cobra Commander, or code name Cobra Commander. We picked up Laser Rifle Trooper, code name Sergeant Flash, and I picked this one up. Card once again damaged, so discounted price, but because he's not in classified and I don't have him represented at all in my collection from any G.I. Joe line, so now we have Sergeant Flash. And finally, last pickup from That's Entertainment today was 25th Anniversary Joe 2007, The Enemy, code name Cobra Hiss Driver. So we got 7 3 3/4 Joes today to add to our collection. And then one of my things I tried to trade didn't work out. I had purchased the Mecha Godzilla Super Kaiju from Super 7 to try to trade because I found it on clearance, but That's Entertainment passed. So I just went back to Target and exchanged it for something I did want, which is Turtles of Grayskull, Hordak. He was on sale. All right, continuing this week's Toy Haul, episode 16. I said 15 with the 12-inch Joes, the shambles, right? And our pickups from the Toy Vault Mega Warehouse sale. Like I said, I bought a bunch of crap, and some of it is crap, but this is a G.I. Joe tank from 1982 for $2. Obviously missing the tracks, but just to pose figures on, because I'm not going to be like a completionist on vehicles, you know, trying to get all the pieces and stuff. But the shell's there, so I thought that was cool. We also got this vehicle, once again, mostly just a shell from 1989, G.I. Joe, right? Once again, for me, good enough. It rolls, it moves, I can put figures in it. I don't care if it has every piece, right? Just wanted to get some of the vehicles. Been buying Jurassic World vehicles at Savers to use as the 3/4 Joes, but to have some action ones is cool. $7. I mean, I didn't think that was bad. We got this guy. I had this guy when I was very young. It says it's incomplete, so I don't know what it's missing. This is like the I don't know what they called it, but the platform that was in the ocean. I'll have to look up its actual name. But I had it back in the day, and I figured I would give it a whirl, see what it's missing. We might try to find the extra parts for this, whatever it is missing. We got this Playmates Toys turtle vehicle from 2002. Probably not using it with the turtles, in all honesty. I just thought it was a cool looking vehicle. Once again, it was like $7. So I figured I'd pick it up, see what we could do with it. And sorry, we're mobile again, but it's a big box. Battlefield Earth, Turtle, or John Travolta in action figure form. $6. Don't know if it's a deal, don't care. Thought it was cool, 1999. Obviously that movie tanked. Steel. This is Shaquille O'Neal in action figure form from 1997 by Kenner. We got the Smuggler from McFarlane's Total Chaos line. I don't know when it's from exactly. 1997 as well. Got a Power Ranger, not into the Power Rangers. I just figured I could repurpose that body, pop a different head on it. But this is Zeocog. Got 2 McFarlane figures for $6 each, just because we want to build this horse for G.I. Joe, a G.I. Joe figure, or someone. And they had 2 of these for $6 each, so we got Superman. We're just going to take the horse parts out, trade Superman away. And we got the Joker. Same thing. Just going to take the horse parts out. And we just need to get Batman and Robin. This is from Batman, The Dark Knight Returns. We got this guy from The Witcher, Jasker. I just figured we could use him because who doesn't need some music? I mean, $1.50. Same thing. We got this guy from World War Z, Jerry Lane, $1.50 by Jazzwares, 2013. And I just figured we could use him as just a random background fig. Once again, $1.50. I liked this show back in the day, and this is Milo Ventimiglia, I believe is his name, in action figure form as Exploding Man Peter from Heroes. Didn't even know they had toys. Obviously wasn't collecting then. Don't know why I got him exactly, but I did. We got Stellan Skarsgård, better known as Baron Harkonnen from Dune. I have this figure still in the package. I haven't taken it out yet, but we can probably trade our packaged one away now, since we got him for $5. We got Mia Yim, or Michin, or Reckoning in this case, from the WWE Series 90 line. We got these little Sigma 6 Joes, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Kamakura, and a bat. Not a pop. Also not sure where I picked it up, but we got the Baroness Mighty Mugs. I guess because it was $2. We got the G.I. Joe Action Battlers Duke from 2008. We got a Sigma 6 Duke as well. We got another little motorcycle I thought could work with some figures. Not sure which ones yet. This is the other Big Joe I was talking about, still sort of packaged, like a paratrooper. Comes with his parachute and all that good stuff. So we'll have to work on him. And then we got this G.I. Joe Accelerator Suit Duke from The Rise of Cobra. Probably overpaid for this, but it was still in the box, and I thought it looked cool. I don't know where in the hell I'm going to put it because it's huge. But anyways, those are our pickups from the Toy Vault Mega Warehouse Sale. All right, continuing this week's Toy Haul episode 16, coming in from Amazon.com. We got Retro Card Rock and Roll. I had not pre-ordered him from Hasbro Pulse. He's one of the ones I hadn't. And probably just going to leave him in the package for now and look for one loose in the wild and just get him up with my other Retro Card Joes. Also, in that same order from Amazon, we picked up Frankenberry. I know many of you have been finding him in the wild at Ross. I don't live near any Rosses, and when I stopped by the 2 Rosses that I could on my route for my vacation last week, we did not see him. So just went ahead and ordered him from Amazon.com. We now have Frankenberry, Count Chocula, Chester Cheetah. I don't have Boo Bear yet, and I have Tony the Tiger in my pile of loot at Big Bad Toy Store, but obviously that's not here yet because it's in my pile of loot. But we were happy to add Frankenberry. I love the Jada Toys figures, Street Fighter figures, Mega Man figures, these food company figures, all awesome. I haven't taken the Street Fighters or any of them out of the package yet except for one Mega Man, because I also love the packaging on all of them. I think Jada does a good job. Also arriving from Amazon is the Coliseum collection, Amazon exclusive, Bam Bam Bigelow and the Big Boss Man. I said I was going Ultimate with my WWE figures, so that's what I'm continuing to do. And as I get the Ultimate editions, I'm just going to trade off the Elite versions that I have of these figures because I'm not going to have 16 or 17 of each wrestler. I just need one. So we're just going with the Ultimate editions, and that'll be good enough for me. Can't keep up with all the WWE figures. And also arriving from Amazon because I had some credit, so we were able to get this Death Metal Bat Cycle by McFarlane Toys for $12.06. And I was trying to figure out, I mean, I realize it's a bat, but it'll still work for what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm going to try to pair this with Road Pig from Classified. I feel like that will be a good pairing. I was trying to come up with a vehicle for Road Pig, and I think this might fit the bill. So stay tuned for a future video. We also bought the camouflage tumbler a while back because it's like 28 bucks. I was thinking about using it for Road Pig. We may open them both, see which one we like better with Road Pig. All right, continuing this week's haul. You saw earlier in the week we did a trade at That's Entertainment and got some 3 3/4 2008 Joes, and I could only cherry pick the ones that I wanted with my trade credit. But then for Memorial Day weekend on Saturday, May 25th, and Sunday, May 25th, and Memorial Day, May 26th, they had where you could get 15% off your entire purchase. So I just went back and got the rest of them. So we starting out with Bazooka. We also picked up Counterintelligence, codename Scarlet. We picked up First Sergeant, codename Duke. And obviously, I'm no big-time collector, so I second-guess myself a lot. So a lot of the stuff that you've seen, I think I've mentioned it. We've been trading or returning some of the stuff we bought that was on sale, trying to dial in, primarily for G.I. Joes and wrestling, and then some oddballs that I still like. But we got Bazooka, Scarlet, and now Duke. We got Tiger Force Leader, codename Flint. And I obviously will leave all these on the card. And we do have some Valor versus Venom loose Joes that we're going to be setting up in dioramas. And then I'll keep my eye out on some of the cheaper, older Joes for that. But I just love the way these look on the card, so I'm going to keep them that way. We got Machine Gunner, codename Rock and Roll, in 3 3/4 form. And now we have his 6-inch counterpart, which you just saw a few minutes ago. We got Helicopter Pilot, codename Wild Bill, and this is 25th anniversary branded, so it's from 2007, whereas the others you've seen so far were from 2008. Another 2007 Joe, we got Cobra Infantry, codename Cobra Viper. 2008, we got Commando, codename Snake Eyes, and Timber. 2008, another First Sergeant, codename Duke, with the American flag. And this one's a little beat up, so he was discounted quite heavily. I just decided to get them all because you never know. These are like 17 years old, and That's Entertainment's might traded them in, so you never know when they're going to get any more. So we might open him, haven't decided yet. 2008, we got Cobra Reptile Trainer, codename Crocmaster, with Fiona. 2008, Heavy Machine Gunner, codename Roadblock. 2008, Commando, this time flying solo, codename Snake Eyes. And 2007, Python Patrol Officer. So we picked up the rest that they had. I left behind Barbecue and Snow Job because we'd found them at Red 5 Toys and Collectibles a few weeks back. But happy to add quite a few more 3 3/4 carded Joes to our collection. We have protective cases en route for them because I ran out. All right, continuing this week's Toy Haul, episode 16. On Tuesday, May 27th, we went back out to the Yankee Flea Market, and this 2-pack was still there, so I finally decided to pull the trigger. This is G.I. Joe, Real American Hero versus Cobra, Sound Attack, Flint versus Baroness from 2002 by Hasbro. Where does it say 2002? I believe it's right here on the bottom. Yeah, 2002. So I didn't think the price is too bad. So we decided to add it to the collection. Also from Tuesday, May 27th, we went out to the Walmart in Ware, Massachusetts, which is like 7 miles away from the flea market, looking for wrestling figures. It's usually the Honey Hole, but once again, it looks like they're renovating their store, so they got a lot of their stuff on clearance. So we picked up these 3 clearance figures, this little 3 3/4 Hulk, and these 4.5 inch High School Raph and High School Mikey. They were $4 a piece. I just thought we could steal these weights for our classifieds and maybe this duffel bag, and we'll see if this stand will work for 3 3/4 Joes. It might be slightly too tall. So basically just getting them for accessories. All right, then on Wednesday, the 28th of May, we went to the Time Capsule in Seekonk, Rhode Island. And lo and behold, he had 3 Super 7 Joes. He had Flint, Lady J, and Destro. So I already have Flint and Lady J, but I didn't have Destro. Great price, brand new. Just took him out of the plastic, and he still came in a shipper box, so we added Super 7 Destro. Also, from the Time Capsule in Seekonk, Massachusetts, on Wednesday, we added the Coliseum Collection, Ultimate Edition, Muhammad Ali, Boxer and Referee. Once again, this is brand new. I actually broke the seal on the box to look at it, and we'll see if we can do it here. So when you open it up, this is what you get. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, right? And we still got the protective plastic cover over them, but we got Muhammad Ali the Boxer and Muhammad Ali the Referee, and obviously you just pull here and here to expose the figures. But this is the one Coliseum collection that I did not have so far, and now we do.